Hey, what's up, guys? RSG here from Purecast 9 and Dragon Ball Super episode 111 just aired on Saturday. And a couple of very interesting things were shown. We got an idea of what to expect in the future. But the main thing that I want to stress about is Jiren's incredible power. So let's just quickly go over the episode first, and then I will give you what I think Jiren is hiding and what is his secret. What's the secret to his incredible strength and power? So, starting off the episode, we have Goku lying there, almost, he's ruined absolutely. In the previous episode, we had seen that, Frieza firing up one of his energy blasts and aiming it at Goku. So this episode begins with Goku, kind of shocked, and then what happens is Frieza actually, gives some of his energy, some of his ki to Goku and says that, well, the debt is settled. Like on Namek, when Goku, being the kind of person he is, actually helped Frieza regain some of his power so that, he would seek redemption and improve himself. But, well, Frieza actually gave zero F's about that and still fired at Goku, after which Goku had to, get rid of Frieza. But Frieza kind of returned, not kind of, he did return the favor. So that is why he says that all debts are settled. Alright, now I'm thinking that, Frieza has been very much the sport we've been hoping he would be, but there is obviously some ulterior motive behind all his actions. Frieza has been surprisingly very cooperative with the team of Universe 7. He even raised his hand, gave his energy for the Genki Dama, and he's just now he's almost cured Goku, gave him some of his own energy. So he's being quite the sport, quite the nice guy we hope he turns out to be. But obviously, knowing Frieza, he's not going to be the nice guy. He's got some ulterior motive, and he says that he does not want to face Jiren. And he's almost speaking like he's the leader of this group, and he says that he tells Goku that I want you out there, and he doesn't want to face the monster Jiren. So yeah, he's got some motive behind it all. Maybe he wants to get the Super Dragon Balls for himself and wish for immortality. We'll see about that. But just before he flies off, he looks at Goku in his cheeky manner and he says that, did you hear what the gods were talking about above earlier? Goku is obviously oblivious to that. And he says that apparently among the gods, his power, Goku's power, his new form is known as Ultra Instinct. So he kind of just pokes Goku with this idea about his newfound power, and he leaves. And Goku, being Goku, is absolutely clueless. But yeah, we cut to the battle straight away. But what Goku says is that if I can do that again, will I be able to beat Jiren? So this is absolute spoilers for the fact that Goku is going to somehow, I don't know how, he is going to be able to master Ultra Instinct and get back at Jiren again. So they're going to have a second bout. Whether he will win or not is still a mystery. I don't think he's going to win. I think they will be equal once Jiren goes all out, because I don't think we've even tapped into 50% of Jiren's full potential. So Goku is definitely going to have a second bout with him, or if, something absolutely bizarre happens in the Tournament of Power, we don't know. But yeah, Goku is definitely thinking about getting that form back, but it's not going to be easy. So next up, Hit. So Hit and Jiren have a huge fight. Hit keeps on using time skip and Jiren just doesn't care. He's just too powerful. He sees right through it. But finally, Hit manages to land a punch on Jiren right where his heart is. But this is different from his fatal blow which he gave to Goku back when Goku had actually purposely told Whis to get Hit to, kind of almost assassinate him so that he could train. And Hit came up from his back and then fired one of his punches from afar, and it hit Goku's chest and he almost died. But he came back because he used one of his ki blasts which he let out in the air, which came back and revived him. Anyway, this is far different from what we saw then. So you can absolutely see there is super contact. All right, so he absolutely punches in his heart. The blast goes through Jiren, and yeah, he gets pushed back a lot. He flies through rocks and everything. But this wasn't, and I don't know why, this wasn't a fatal blow to kill Jiren or whatever. This was to bind him in his continuous time skip, not just for a second or 2 seconds, but to actually hold him captive inside his time skip. So time would absolutely stop for Jiren. That was the essence. I don't know why Jiren didn't use his fatal blow and get rid of. Why Hit didn't use his fatal blow and get rid of Jiren with his punch, even if it was illegal to assassinate or kill someone in this tournament. But for the survival of his own universe, he could have done that. But I think he saw through that Jiren would be way too powerful to die from one of those fatal blows. It wouldn't be fatal enough for Jiren. So the best thing would be to stop time for Jiren altogether, maybe. So he says that I needed this one hit. This hit will bind you in a cage of time. So this was his special technique. This was the secret Hit was hiding, the special technique he was wanting to use against Jiren. And he successfully did that. Jiren, if you see, he's almost pushed back to the edge of the stage. If he was any further than that, I mean, he was gone. That was the end of Jiren. But he stops. And he says that such an attack is futile. But just then, from his chest, we see that where he got punched, this kind of orb starts to get bigger and it binds him. And he turns kind of this magenta purplish color. It's got this, it surrounds him and he's stuck. Time has stopped for Jiren, So he's not supposed to move. Time is not supposed to pass for him. So it's a continuous time cage in which Hit has got him. So this is the farthest, I would say, after Goku that someone has gotten, and that person being Hit, who's kind of got Jiren locked in one corner. And yeah, there you can see the background. Time has stopped for Jiren. He's stuck inside in that pose. But Belmont, he is breaking a sweat. As you can see, he's worried and he's like, Jiren, what's wrong? Move. All right. Even Supreme Kai of that universe is kind of startled at this. But Jiren, being the badass that he is, he starts to move. He's actually walking up to Hit. As you can see, Hit is on that rock over there, and he's trying his best with his remaining energy to hold hold Jiren. And look at this guy. This guy is a true monster, and he keeps walking. So not even time, even time has no value in comparison to Jiren's power. That's immense. That's just crazy. That's immense. He's just too overpowered, guys. So he begins to walk. And he says that my power won't last enough to keep him frozen until the end. So Hit realizes that. He tells Kaba, Kale, and Cauliflower to go about their go about and finish their job. That is to get rid of the other opponents and make the universe survive. And he then, even though gambling is not very assassin-like, anyway, so Hit he gathers a key blast, and while Jiren is still stuck in that time cage, he wants to fire this and get rid of him once and for all. Maybe just push him off the arena. He fires it. Jiren gets ready, and Jiren is in a force shield. So there is a force field that absolutely blocks that power. And Jiren, mind you, Jiren is still covered in that time cage. As you can see, that aura around him. But he's so powerful that he's transcended that time cage barrier, and he's made a force field that has stopped the attack from Hit. And then from his eyes, just with his eyes, again, this attack which he has, as always, there's something that happens in his eyes. He doesn't move a muscle. And he moves up, he muscles through, catches that orb of energy, crushes it. Hit is shocked, everybody is shocked. And that's it. Jiren is free. And this is when Universe 6's Angel says that this means Jiren possesses power that transcends time itself. So not even time. I mean, Jiren is he's almost not almost he's definitely he feels like he's above a god of destruction, and he not even time stopped for Jiren, but Jiren didn't stop within it. He kept moving. That is how powerful he is. And once again you see with his eyes that blast, he has a fight with Hit again, and yeah, that spark in his eyes, a number of attacks all over Hit's body, and he says it's over now, and Hit is blown out of the arena, blown out of the stage. So Hit gets disqualified. Not disqualified, rather, he loses. So he's done. But this, and then there's a blast, and he stands there like a badass while the blast happens behind him. The Supreme Priest, the Grand Priest, says that it's halftime, and the color of the void, the sky, changes, it becomes green. Jiren then tells the Pride Troopers Topo and Dispo that he leaves the rest to them, and he's taking care of the main guys who would have posed a threat. And he looks at Goku, and Goku is following the fight of Hit and Jiren throughout. This is where things get really interesting. This is the part I want to talk about. Jiren, I feel, has not even used 50% of his true power. And just after he gets rid of Hit and Goku, he tells Topo and Dispo to take care of the rest because he's that confident. And right there on that stage itself, where all the fight is taking place all around him, everybody is an enemy, everybody is out there to get him if they wanted to. But he is so confident and so powerful that he begins to meditate, and we see that red aura all around him. This is where I feel like this is a secret to his immense power, his control over his ki. He's mastered martial arts, he's got brutal strength of his own body, but his main thing is the fact that with just his eyes, he can maneuver attacks, an array of attacks on his enemy. And I absolutely feel that he has mastered Ultra Instinct to its peak form, and he keeps that. And the way he masters that and the way he keeps that form throughout is by meditating, is by containing that heat which Goku could not control. So he burnt up really fast, and he could fight for only a few minutes with Jiren, while Jiren doesn't need to use that because he's so strong, but when he does, he uses it with absolute efficiency. And when he's done, he gets back. He's almost like charging himself again. He's used some of his energy and he's back to charging himself again. Goku gets really pissed off that Jiren absolutely ignores him and says that you're saying I'm not worth your while like this. Goku, he wants to fight the best of the best at their best. So for Goku, this was really humiliating, and this kind of proves that Goku and Jiren are going to have a second round of fight. So I'm not going to go through the end of the episode anymore. This is where it stops. But the thing I want to talk about is Jiren's true power. He's not reached half his power. He's not breaking a sweat fighting with Goku or Hit. They were definitely more challenging compared to anybody, but then that was a given. That was a given because they are the two most powerful. I don't know if Jiren is going to have a fight with Vegeta and Gohan. I don't know where the story is going to go. Vegeta with just his Super Saiyan Blue form is going to be no match against Jiren unless Vegeta also manages to awaken Ultra Instinct somehow. He's always one step behind Goku, but he might. But I don't know. We don't have any spoilers for that, and I don't see that happening right now. Gohan has really been underplayed till now. He's just tagging along with Piccolo, but maybe something will happen, but he's of a different league as well.